Okay, let's get into your reading, Virgo. Wow. Oh my gosh. I tell you, you will never have to worry again. I am telling you, you will never have to worry again. If you are worried about the state of your love life, if you are worried about the state of your finances, if you are thinking to yourself, oh my God, Moonveil, I'm losing hair. I can't sleep at night. I have gut issues. I have skin issues. Listen up. Listen up. This is your reading. I'm not joking. I gave you very strong specifics, okay, as to what's going on with you. It's all getting better. And I want to slow down on that opening for a second, okay, because I named some very physical, very specific things there. The hair, the sleep, the gut, the skin. And I want you to notice why those came through, because worry doesn't just live in your mind, okay? It lives in your body. The sleepless nights, the stomach that won't settle, the way stress shows up on your skin and in your hair. Those are the physical fingerprints of a person who has been carrying too much for too long. And if any of that landed for you, it's because this reading found the right person. It is all getting better, and it is miraculous. You are going to find yourself feeling the strongest and best version of yourself. There is so much joy. There is so much happiness. You're going to settle down. There is so much money. There is land. There is a beautiful home. There is a sense of you having your own, family. There is a sense here of you feeling so settled and so stable, and feeling healthier and feeling more confident and feeling so uplifted and so powerful. And I want to slow down on that whole list for a second, okay? Because I rattled off a lot there. Settled, stable, healthier, confident, uplifted, powerful. And I don't want it to wash over you as just nice words, because notice what all of those have in common, okay? They're not really about getting things. They're about how you get to feel. Settled is a feeling. Stable is a feeling. Confident, uplifted, powerful. Those are all states of being, not items on a shelf. And that's what real abundance actually is, okay? It's not just the money and the home and the love arriving. It's who you become once the worry lifts. It's the version of you that finally gets to stand up straight because the weight is gone. And that version of you is the one this whole reading is walking toward. I am telling you, everything in your life is just going to get so much better. You can't even imagine it right now. Look at this. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. Your life is literally going to get so much better. Like, you literally cannot imagine it right now. Literally can't imagine it right now. And the Hanged Man hangs upside down from a living tree by 1 foot, okay? His hands relaxed behind his back, a calm expression on his face, a glowing halo of light around his head. And here's the key to the card. He isn't stuck. He's suspended on purpose. And from that upside down view, he sees everything differently. And I want to name why the Hanged Man opening an abundance reading is actually perfect, okay? Because it looks strange at first. You'd expect a wealth card, a fortune card. But the Hanged Man is about surrender, about the peace that comes when you finally stop fighting and struggling and let things arrive. And often the good in our lives can't land until we let go of the white knuckle grip we've had on trying to force it. And I want to name why that's such good news for you specifically, okay? Because if you're the kind of person who's been trying hard, planning, worrying, gripping, then the Hanged Man is telling you the next part isn't more of that. It's the opposite. The shift that's coming, okay, doesn't arrive because you finally strategize hard enough. It arrives when you loosen your hands, when you stop bracing against the worst, and let yourself trust that good things are actually allowed to happen to you. And I know that's easier said than done, especially when worry has been your default for a long time. But that's exactly why the Hangman came first, okay? Before all the abundance cards. It's the doorway you walk through to reach the rest. You surrender the struggle, you shift your perspective, and from that new, peaceful vantage point, everything else in this reading gets to flow in. The Nine of Cups, the King of Swords, and Temperance. Nine of Cups, King of Swords, Temperance. Oh my God. Temperance is about your angels, your ancestors, spirit guides being there by your side. I am telling you that they are absolutely there. They are absolutely there. Your life is only going to get better. You are going to feel like a more powerful version of yourself. Everything is getting better for you. Everything is coming together for you. The Temperance energy is so significant. And the Nine of Cups is the wish card, okay? A figure seated with his arms folded, deeply satisfied, 9 golden cups arranged in an arc behind him like a display of everything he's been granted. And it is the single most literal wish fulfillment card in the whole deck. The card that says, the thing you've been hoping for is being handed to you. And the King of Swords sits facing forward on his throne, okay? Sword upright and steady in his hand. Butterflies carved into the stone, a clear blue sky. And he is the card of clarity, of truth, of a clear mind that finally sees a situation exactly as it is. And Temperance shows an angel with 1 foot on land and 1 in the water, okay? Pouring liquid between 2 cups in an endless, patient stream, a path leading up to a rising sun. And it's the card of divine timing, of things being blended together in exactly the right proportion, at exactly the right pace, by a hand bigger than yours. And I want you to feel what those 3 together are saying, okay? Because it's a beautiful combination. The Nine of Cups, your wish granted. The King of Swords, clarity about it. And Temperance, divine timing carrying it to you. Your wish with clear eyes, arriving right on time. And I want to dwell on that phrase, right on time, okay? Because it's the part that's hardest to trust. When you've been waiting a long time, every day that passes without the good thing feels like proof it's late, or that it forgot about you, or that it's never coming at all. But Temperance doesn't work on your clock, okay? It works on the right clock. The angel in that card never rushes the pour and never spills it. The mixing takes exactly as long as it takes to get the blend perfect. And what feels like a delay to you is very often the timing making sure the thing arrives in a form you can actually keep, not one that slips through your fingers. So the waiting wasn't wasted, okay? It wasn't the universe forgetting you. It was getting the proportions right so that when it finally reaches you, it's the real, lasting version and not a rushed, half-made one. The Four of Swords, there is so much peace coming into your life that you can't even imagine it. You are going to be pursued romantically. And the Four of Swords shows a figure lying at rest on a tomb, okay, hands folded in prayer, 3 swords mounted on the wall above and 1 resting beneath them, a stained glass window glowing nearby. And it's the card of rest, of recovery, of peace after a long struggle, of finally being allowed to set the weight down. And I want to sit with how much this card matters in a reading like this, okay? Because peace is underrated. We talk about wanting love and money and success, but under all of it, what most people are really exhausted from is the lack of peace, the constant bracing, the never resting mind. And the Four of Swords is promising you the one thing you probably need most, a nervous system that finally gets to unclench. And I want to stay with that image of unclenching for a moment, okay? Because you might not even realize how clenched you've been. Worry becomes a habit the body forgets it's holding. the tight shoulders, the shallow breath, the mind that scans for the next problem, even in a calm moment. You can get so used to it that it stops feeling like tension and just starts feeling like you. And the Four of Swords is the card of that tension releasing, okay? Of lying down, genuinely resting, letting the body finally believe that it's safe to stop guarding. And I want you to know that peace is not a reward you have to earn by suffering a little longer. It's simply coming, and you're allowed to let it in the moment it arrives. The Nine of Cups here shows every wish you've had romantically, right? The kind of person you've wanted to be with, the kind of love that you've wanted, how you've wanted to be treated, how you've wanted to be respected by a partner, how you've wanted to feel in certain moments. All of that is going to come into fruition. Do not doubt it. And I want to encourage you to actually let yourself picture that, okay? Because a lot of people have quietly given up on the specific version of love they really want. They've trimmed the list down, settled the expectations, told themselves to be realistic. And the Nine of Cups is telling you to untrim the list. The way you've wanted to be treated, the way you've wanted to be respected, the way you've wanted to feel, all of it, not a watered down version of it. I want you to claim this by commenting down below. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. And put a heart next to it, okay? I'm telling you because everything is working out for you. Like this video. And make sure you are subscribed. And I want to say something real about that claiming, okay, because it's more than just a comment prompt. There's power in saying a good thing out loud before you can fully see it yet. Most people rehearse their fears. They say the worry out loud 100 times a day. I'm scared. It won't work out. What if it never comes? And claiming is simply the practice of saying the opposite with the same conviction and letting yourself believe you're allowed to receive something good. I have manifested that this would only find you if it's meant for you. And if you are here, claim by liking, commenting, and subscribing because you are telling the universe, yes, universe, I want this. This is mine. This is going to happen for me. Keep going, universe. Keep going. I know you've brought this into my life, but make it happen now. I know what's coming. Make it happen now. I will accept this. This, yes, this is mine, okay? In order to be able to receive, be willing to give, okay? And I want to draw out that last line, okay? In order to receive, be willing to give, because it's quietly the wisest thing in this whole reading. The people who receive the most abundance are almost always the ones with the most open hands, the ones who give freely, who aren't clenched shut around what little they have. An open hand can both give and receive. A closed fist can do neither. I'm telling you, King of Swords, this is coming. This is coming. And also the Hanged Man, I literally feel so speechless right now. I feel like I'm taking so many pauses in between, but honestly, it's because I'm like, wow. The Hanged Man is literally about peace. You're going to have love with so much peace. You're going to have fulfillment with so much peace. I know that you have been waiting for it. You have been waiting around for it. You have been hoping. You have been manifesting. You've been thinking, right? And I want to acknowledge that waiting, okay? Because it has been long and it has been hard. And you have kept the faith through stretches where it would have been much easier to give up. And the cards are honoring that here because the peace that's coming isn't landing on someone who breezed through. It's landing on someone who earned it by holding on. The Three of Wands. I'm telling you, Three of Wands. Everything that you have wanted is going to happen for you. Everything that you have, wanted in your life, it is all happening for you. It is all going to take place for you. It is all going to show up for you. Like everything in your life is going to happen for you. And the Three of Wands shows a figure standing on a cliff with their back to us, okay? Looking out over the sea, 3 tall staves planted in the ground around them, ships sailing out toward the horizon. And it's the card of expansion, of ships coming in, of plans set in motion that are now sailing back to you loaded with everything you sent out for. And I love that this is the card here, okay? Because it means the work is already done. The ship's already sailed. You already sent out the intention, the hope, the effort, the manifesting. And the Three of Wands is the moment you stand on the cliff and watch them come back to harbor. You're not at the beginning of this. You're at the part where it returns. And the High Priestess is so powerful. The High Priestess, you know why? Because the High Priestess resembles here that your energy is what is so powerful, is what is attracting people to you, okay? Your kindness, your intellect, your intelligence, how sweet you are, how much empathy you have, your spiritual nature, your ability to heal and work on yourself. All of this is attracting money. It's attracting love. It is attracting good health. It is attracting opportunities. It is attracting abundance. Okay, so keep going. Keep working hard on yourself. And the High Priestess sits between 2 pillars, one black and one white. Okay, a crescent moon at her feet, a veil scattered with pomegranates behind her, a scroll of hidden knowledge in her lap. And she is the card of deep intuition, of inner wisdom, of a quiet spiritual power that doesn't announce itself, but pulls everything toward it. And I want you to really receive what it means, okay? That this is the card for what's attracting your abundance. It's not saying you have to hustle harder or become someone else, or perform. It's saying the thing drawing all of this toward you is who you already are. Your kindness, your depth, your spiritual nature. The abundance is being attracted by your essence, not your effort. And I want to sit with what a relief that actually is, okay? Because so much of the world tells you the opposite. It tells you that you have to earn love by performing. Earn money by grinding yourself down. Earn worth by proving constantly that you deserve to take up space. And it's exhausting. And it never feels like enough. And the High Priestess quietly overturns all of that, okay? She doesn't hustle. She doesn't chase. She sits perfectly still between her 2 pillars. And her power is so deep and so real that things are simply drawn to her. That's the kind of attraction the card is describing for you, the magnetic kind, the kind that comes from being, not from doing. So keep working on yourself, yes, okay, the way you named, but understand the working is for you, for your own growth and peace, not a toll you pay to be allowed abundance. The abundance is already turning toward you, pulled by who you are. When you're not even trying, I'm telling you that you do not need to worry. It's only a matter of time. It is only, like, this is such a confirmation, if you see this, that you are going to settle down. Boom. Hierophant. The Hierophant is locked in. This is about being settled, okay? Settled in your romantic life, settled in work, settled and people respecting you for what you do. You will be so loved, so respected, so appreciated, so fulfilled. You will be the best version of yourself ever. And the Hierophant sits between 2 great stone pillars, okay? One hand raised in blessing, 2 students kneeling before him, crossed keys at his feet. And he is the card of commitment, of tradition, of things becoming official and settled and lasting. The marriage, the long term, the locked in. And that word you used, locked in, okay, is exactly right for this card. The Hierophant doesn't do temporary. It doesn't do maybe. When it shows up around your love life and your work, it's talking about the settled, committed, permanent versions of both. The kind that stop the ground shifting under you and finally let you build. And I want to name why settled is such a powerful word for you, okay? Because if your life has felt uncertain, up in the air, like you couldn't quite plan because you didn't know where you'd be or who you'd be with, or whether the money would hold, then settled is the exact thing you've been aching for. Settled means the ground stops moving, okay? It means you can make plans that actually last. It means love that doesn't keep you guessing, work that doesn't keep you anxious, a life with a foundation solid enough to build something real on top of. And the Hierophant is promising you exactly that, okay? The locked in, committed, no longer wondering version of your love life and your work. The season of not knowing is ending, and a season of stable, settled, respected belonging is what's replacing it. And also, can't make this up, but look at that. This is you, okay? Whether you're male, female, however you identify, this is you living in a place of absolute richness, abundance, and happiness. This is you. There you are. Look at you in your garden with richness, abundance, and happiness, and a real sense of fulfillment, okay? Real sense of fulfillment. And I want you to actually let yourself sit in that garden for a moment, okay? Because visualization isn't silly, it's practice. Picture it. You in a place that's yours, surrounded by beauty you built, with money that isn't a worry, and love that isn't a question, and peace running through all of it. That image isn't a fantasy the cards invented, it's a preview of where all of this is heading. So, wow. Got 2 nights here, 2 nights. 2 areas that you're going to be pursued in. Number 1, career-wise. You're going to be pursued in your career. Now, what that basically means is that someone will see the hard work that you put in. They will see your potential work-wise, and they will perhaps headhunt you and want you for their company. Or you might be, they might come to you with an opportunity to like grow a business with them or start a business with them that can then become successful. Or they might give you a promotion. There's a sense here of you putting in the work and automatically it being seen, and then you gaining an opportunity through that, okay? So you're going to be pursued in work, and I want to underline how good it feels to be pursued rather than to chase, okay? Because there's a world of difference. Chasing is exhausting. It's applying and applying, proving and proving, hoping someone finally notices. Being pursued is the opposite. It's the work you already did speaking for itself and the opportunity coming to find you. And that's the energy the cards are showing you sought after instead of striving. And I want to add something about what it means, okay, that these came as 2 knights specifically. Knights in tarot are movement cards. They're the figures who ride toward you, who cover distance, who bring something from somewhere else straight to your door. They don't sit still. They arrive. So 2 knights means 2 separate things, okay? Riding toward you at once. One carrying a career opportunity, one carrying a romantic pursuit, both in motion, both closing the distance, and neither of them needs you to go out and fetch it. The whole nature of a knight is that the coming toward you is already happening. And I think that matters for someone who's been worried, okay, because worry makes you feel like you have to chase everything down or it'll never come. And the 2 knights are saying the opposite. Stay where you are, keep being you, and let the things that are already riding toward you complete the journey. You're also going to be pursued romantically, just you being seen for the things you do, how you work, how you do things. And then boom, there's someone here that wants to be with you romantically, wants to, progress things with you romantically, wants to actually make things work with you romantically, actually wants to live with you, be around you. So boom, there you go. You're going to be pursued in multiple areas of your life. It's going to happen for you. Okay. And I want to name the pattern the two knights are drawing, okay? Because it's a beautiful symmetry. The same quality that gets you pursued at work is the same quality that gets you pursued in love. You being genuinely, visibly yourself, and someone finally seeing it clearly and moving toward it. You don't need a different self for each. The real you is what draws both. The Queen of Swords, so we have here the Queen of Swords. Well, do you be you, look after yourself, keep your standards high, and it all just comes to you. I think the main thing here is that you don't have to change anything about yourself. You don't need to change your personality. You don't need to change your empathy or kindness, your character, your nose, nothing. You don't need to change anything about yourself, okay? You don't need to change your face. You don't need to change your body. You don't, unless these are specific goals that you have for yourself, but you don't need to change anything in order to manifest a specific person or to manifest more money. This is going to come into your life anyways, okay? So that's amazing. And the Queen of Swords sits on her throne with her sword raised straight up, okay? One hand extended, clouds beneath her, butterflies carved into her throne. And she is the card of clear sight, of high standards, of a woman who has been through things and turned the experience into wisdom rather than bitterness. And I want to close on what she's really telling you, okay? Because it's the whole heart of this reading. Keep your standards high, and it all just comes to you. The Queen of Swords doesn't lower her bar to be chosen. She doesn't shrink or contort or become smaller to make herself easier to love. She stays exactly, fully herself, with her standards intact, and lets the right things rise to meet her. And I want to speak directly to the little list you ran through, okay? The nose, the face, the body, because I don't think it was random that those came up. I think a lot of people carry a quiet belief that the reason love or success hasn't come is something about how they look, something they'd fix if only they could. And the Queen of Swords is cutting that belief clean in half, okay? It has nothing to do with your looks. It never did. The thing standing between you and everything coming was never your face or your body. It was timing, and it was whether the right people were positioned to see you yet. And that's shifting now, okay? Which means the fix was never a smaller nose or a different body. There was nothing to fix. There was only a clock to run down, and it's nearly run down, and you get to arrive at the good season as exactly the person you already are. And before I close this out, I want to leave a few things to actually hold on to, okay? The first, it's all genuinely getting better, loves. The Hanged Man, the Nine of Cups, Temperance, the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands, the High Priestess, the Hierophant. Every single card pointed the same direction, toward peace, wishes fulfilled, love, money, and settling down. This isn't one hopeful card among warnings. The whole spread is a green light. The second, you're going to be pursued, not left chasing. Two knights, one for career and one for love, both showing opportunity and people coming toward you because of the work you already did and the person you already are. Your job isn't to strive harder. It's to keep being visibly, genuinely you. The third, don't change a thing. The Queen of Swords and the High Priestess both said it. The abundance is being attracted by your essence, your kindness, your depth, your standards, your character. not a fixed nose or a different body or a smaller personality. You were never the thing that needed fixing. It was only ever the timing. And I want to answer one more thing, okay? Why this reached you now with this much detail? Because you'd been worrying about the love, about the money, maybe losing sleep over it, feeling it in your body, wondering if it was ever going to turn. And it's turning, okay? And you were meant to hear that today so you could set the worry down a little sooner than the good news was going to arrive on its own. I don't pull the Hanged Man, the Nine of Cups, Temperance, the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, two Knights of Pursuit, and the Queen of Swords, all pointing at the same abundant future by accident. And I want to speak to the tired, worried part of you for a second, okay? The one quietly thinking, but I've hoped before and been let down. I know. And the Three of Wands doesn't care how many times you've hoped. The ships are already coming in. This isn't asking you to start hoping again from scratch. It's telling you the harvest of everything you already sent out is on its way back to shore. This is already clear, okay? The Hanged Man confirmed peace and a whole new perspective arriving. The Nine of Cups, King of Swords, and Temperance confirmed your wish with clarity on divine timing. The Four of Swords confirmed deep peace and being pursued romantically. The Three of Wands confirmed everything you've wanted sailing back to you. The High Priestess confirmed your own energy is what's attracting it all. The Hierophant confirmed settling down, locked in and lasting. The two Knights confirmed pursuit in both career and love. And the Queen of Swords confirmed you don't need to change a single thing. So let me lay this all out one final time, okay? Slowly, so it actually settles. You have been worrying, okay, about love, about money, maybe carrying it in your body, in your sleep, in your health. And every card in this reading said the same thing. It's churning. Peace is coming. Real, deep, nervous system peace. Your romantic wishes, the exact ones, are coming into fruition. Money, a home, land, settling down, all of it is on its way, and you're going to be pursued in your career and in love, sought after for the work you already did and the person you already are, without changing a single thing about yourself. And the only job you have is to keep being you. Keep your standards high, open your hands to give and receive, and let the ships come in. One message: you will never have to worry again. Everything you sent out is finally sailing home. If this resonated, loves, claim it in the comments. Everything is working out for me with a heart. I genuinely read every comment, okay, even the ones I can't always reply to individually. Your story becomes part of the reason this reading keeps finding the next person who needs it too, like this reading. And make sure that you're subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one. Wherever you're watching this from, okay, I want you to actually feel this settle in before you go. You have carried so much worry, okay, for so long that being at peace might almost feel unfamiliar when it comes. You've gotten so used to bracing that you've forgotten what it feels like to not have to. And I want you to know it's safe to stop bracing now, okay? The cards are not showing a storm on the way. They're showing the clearing after one, the rest, the harvest, the garden, the settling down. And none of it requires you to become someone new, okay? The kind, deep, hardworking, high-standard person you already are is the exact person all of this abundance is being drawn toward. You were never too much, never not enough, never in need of fixing. You were only ever a little early for your own good season. And that season, okay, is arriving now. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.